Our sales team is focused on some key areas. The map shows some black spots in coverage. Those black spots in coverage don't just apply to us not having a lot of aircraft in those areas, but applies to the fact that in those areas, tracking aircraft and getting data off aircraft is very, very difficult. So our people in China, Michael Fang is still in China, still working hard, and has many proposals out. I can't tell you when shipments are going to speed up. I can't tell you how many we're going to do next year, because it is one of those things that China moves at China's pace, and there's not much we can do about it. But we are continuing and do have support of the government, of our partners, and our people in China to make this a reality. We aren't giving up and don't give up on opportunities that large. We've got a lot of activity going on in the Middle East. We've got 3 customers there installed and running today. We've got 3 or 4 more that are very close, and think that there'll be good activity in the Middle East for us in the next 12 to 18 months. The work in Africa with the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, we have a lot of aircraft that work in China today, as you can see from the orange dots, but we expect that to grow significantly because it's an area where our product provides an absolutely essential service. Our sales guys are actually in Panama this week. There's a show called ALTA, which is all of the CEOs of all of the airlines in South America, excuse me. And we're down presenting. We've got meetings with 8 CEOs of different airlines over the next 3 days about how they could adopt our technologies, improve their business, and improve their performance. So South America is a big player for us and where we're going and what we're doing. And I think over the next year or two, you'll see a lot of activity from our South American operations. The 228 is a game changer. There is nothing on the market that does everything the 228 does. I've got one beside me here that is actually a finished product. It's been to NBAA. The software is loaded on this box. It works. If we had our STCs, we could load it on an airplane tomorrow. And by the end of the year, it would work. The STCs are in process. It takes us anywhere from 8 weeks to 3 or 4 months, depending on which jurisdiction we have to get the 228 certified for to get an STC in place. But there is STCs in the works today for the Hawker Beach aircraft, for the Airbus aircraft, and for the C-130. So I think that the full certified version will be available in Q1 of 2011, and we can upgrade it to the certified for safety services by the end of 2012. And if you include a flight data management system with it that we've worked with to put this together, by the end of 2011, you will be able to have a fully CPDLC compliant communication box on your aircraft, which is one of the key things that all of the business aircraft owners and OEMs and operators are looking for. Our partners, Iridium continues to be a very strong partner of ours. Their work recently with the open port solutions with Live TV, where Live TV has built the antenna and is working on the certification of that antenna on aircraft, give us a port that the 228 can talk to stream massive amounts of data in real time. It's 128K baud as opposed to 2400 baud that we use with short burst data today. So it takes away all of the restrictions and constraints that people were concerned about for FlightStream. The ability to compress and send data through FlightStream is very useful for aircraft operators and OEMs, but if you wanted to do accident investigation, you need at least the data and voice, and nowadays they're talking about having video of the cockpit as well. We believe, we're working with L3 on this, but we believe we can provide all 3 real time with the open port capabilities that Iridium and Live TV are bringing. We're also working with Meggitt. I talked about in the last quarter that there's some opportunities come up in the aftermarket for engine vibration monitoring that we're working with Meggitt to install AFIRS units and get those two products, the advanced vibration monitoring systems of Meggitt, the AFIRS unit, working together. Sierra Nevada, there's a lot of activity with Sierra Nevada right now. Sierra Nevada has been a very good partner in getting the 228 finished and getting it ready to be certified. They've also been very good to us from an accounts payable point of view. We have an agreement from them that they're going to delay payment on some of our R&D expenses until the 228 is out and working and commercial, which is a huge help to us. I'll talk about that a little bit when I get to the working capital slide. The L3 relationship continues to be strong. There's not a lot of movement with any of the big OEMs because of the economy, but I was in Florida about 3 weeks ago meeting with L3 and talking about an integrated FDR AFIRS unit with our software running on it. We have a mandate from L3 to go forward with that. We're talking to several OEMs about the potential of being the sponsor of doing that program. So I know it's slow. I know everybody expected immediate results from the L3 agreement, but I can tell you for sure that nothing happens immediately in the aviation business. So the statistics at the end of the quarter, our working capital was 1.8 million, and again, that's it's quite a bit higher than that because there are several $100,000 of accounts payable, including in that working capital number that we don't have to pay right now with our agreement with Sierra Nevada. And that improves our working capital position greatly. Our long-term debt continues to be low, and it's government debt, IRAP and TPC loans, which are payable based on revenues and certainly not any risk to the business. Our shares are identical to last quarter. So in summary, the 228 investment is working. I know that everybody's concerned about the burn rate and the amount of money we're spending on R&D and the amount of money that's going out the door here. Those were things that were planned, were talked about. It's why we raised money last year, and the investment is paying off. As you saw, the 228 is here, the 228 is working, and we will be delivering a product that's second to none in the world very shortly. The people are excited that are working on it. Things are actually functioning the way we'd hoped, and we do have something that everybody in the industry is very, very interested in. OEMs are listening to us. We have a solution that is lighter, faster, better, cheaper than anybody out there, and we do have the OEM's attention. We've started out in business aircraft, but I think that that opens the doors for us in the larger manufacturers, and we are continuing our focus and push with those people. Our customers are growing. I think one of the things that I've noticed going through our quarters this year is that a lot of the installations are new aircraft for existing customers. They are more successful than a lot of their peers, and I like to think that we can take credit for part of that in having better information for them, better communications for them, the capability to know where their asset is and what it's doing. And the final point I'd like to make is that the industry is starting to recover. The last 2 years in aviation have been really a terrible time for the customers to survive, to make a living, and it is slowly turning around. And you know, the first turnaround was in China. Their growth is back just about full bore. South America is doing really, really well. The Middle East has not slowed down at all. But the North American and European carriers are starting to show signs of life. They're looking for solutions that'll help them operate better, save money, save time. Our teams are ready to go. Our software is ready to go. Our products are ready to go. We have STCs. We can get this done for our customers, and we will continue to do so. So I thank you very much for your interest. We're going to take questions right now. I think I might have a couple up on, no, I don't. There were a couple of questions sent in hard copy, but we'll also take questions on the phone line now.
Thank you, sir. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touch-tone telephone. You will hear a tone acknowledging your request. Please ensure you lift the handset if you are using a speakerphone before pressing any keys. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Anyone who has a question may press star and 1 at this time. There are some email questions, Mr. Tepany.
Okay, thank you. The first question was, are we planning a road show to Eastern Canada anytime soon? I hope to be there before Christmas. We've been working on getting a team together to come down and do a road show in Eastern Canada. I'm not sure of a time yet, but we're working on it. Next question, please.